Alright, we are back with a game from Pod 4. Dakota on Oscilio versus Hayden on Kayo. Some links out real quick. Players already started because everyone is impatient and is incapable of waiting 2 seconds for me to start streaming. But yeah, anyway, so this is KO versus Oscilio. Looks like the game has already begun. We saw a swing with a weakest link thus far, and looks like that's all we missed, fortunately. So we have some filtering from Dakota here. Went ahead and blocked with 2 cards, discarded a glyph overlay, and then activated Volzar. So I think that was about it. So not the best turn 0 for Hayden. Usually you want to make at least 1 Might token in the process, or sneak some damage in, have some kind of go again. But instead, just sends the weakest link instead, or alone. Fry coming in now from Oscilio. Going to see a block on the run roughshod. Here's an electrostatic discharged, just to go ahead and return this, or sorry, to give the next attack +3. 2 charges in Volzar now, but there's no sigil out, so most likely we're just going to see 1 more attack, and here's a flittering charge coming in for 7. So as KO, you probably just go ahead and take this. If there's another instant, then it's really not that threatening because the chances of this being something that will give it go again are pretty low. But just going to go ahead and block, double blue hand. Don't need both of them. Here's a somersault, actually. So the somersault is pretty good, but I think as Dakota, you just go ahead and arsenal the flittering charge rather than send an extra 4 damage here. One of the things about Oscilio is that you really want to have these big turns, and full sending on every turn is really not going to get you there. Alright, and so just the Bear Fangs now coming in for Hayden. Draws and discards a Command and Conquer. Bear Fang's one of the strongest no-card hands, or 2-card hands that you can have as KO. It's a 2 for 8, and it makes a Might token for next turn as well, too. So all very good things that transpire whenever you attack with this card. That being said, it is one of the cards that is kind of awkward. Alright, so we see a Sigil of Brilliance come down now. And we're going to go ahead and block with the Flash of Brilliance, which will allow you to discard a lightning card and bounce an aura that you control back to your hand. So you are going to see a discard on a lightning card, which will bounce the Sigil of Brilliance and give you another card in hand. So Comet Storm, Shock was the one discarded. Just a block for 1 still. Oscilio not not a deck that really does the blocking thing very well. There's a bot in my chat, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Alright, so here comes Flittering Charge. We see a Clash of Might blocking. We'll go ahead and Clash. So Hayden will win the Clash, making a Might token. Here comes the Lightning Press. Gonna push this up to 7. 4 damage coming through now. And life totals, or damage dealt so far, is actually in Dakota's favor. But Oscilio, of course, starting at 36 life instead of 40. And so now we see a Electromagnetic Somersault. Gonna bounce the Flittering Charge back to hand. Ideally, you'd like to save that for maybe the second Chain Link if you can, but maybe there's just no other attack in hand, so he is going to have to just go ahead and send the Flittering Charge. 4 damage here, Here comes out a Sigil of Brilliance. We knew that was there from before. 5 charges in the Volzar, but it looks like no arcane spell to really seal the deal here. So now here comes a Wild Ride for Hayden. Of note, Hayden is running AB3. I think that's probably okay. Although I think historically, against Oscilio, it's not really the arcane damage that is the issue. So arcane damage will definitely add up over time. If there's a couple of small little combo turns, but most of the time the arcane damage all comes in one burst, and it's more than what you can AB. And so a lot of times you end up getting a lot more value out of just running pure block cards, because the cards that facilitate Oscilio getting to charge up the Volzar are a lot of regular attack actions. So you're going to be seeing your flittering charges, your Gone flashes, all that kind of stuff. And so blocking those is will probably save you a little bit more life along the course of the game. Alright, so Sigil of Brilliance pops. 6-card hand now for Oscilio. Old Knocker coming out, which means that this is going to be a big turn. Lightning Green is going to get popped. There was no pop in the Aether Bindings because there's no... there were no sigils on the board, but here comes Gone in a Flash. So we see Gone in a Flash blocked out by equipment here. Now we're going to see an instant, and because of the Lightning Greaves, all instants have go again. So this is going to give him an action point, and then a resolution. Oops. Oh no, I guess it works out no matter what. Okay. So in resolution, you end up getting to bounce the Gone in a Flash, and so Electrostatic Discharge now played. So one more action point available for Oscilio. This is going to come in for 7. And if there's another instant in hand in resolution, you can go ahead and play it, bounce this back to hand, and get another action point. So 7 damage is going to go through. And then there is a Blink being played in resolution. Oh no, sorry, that's being discarded to the Oscilio ability. So the Gone in a Flash actually just goes away, and now we're going to see an Eclectic Magnetism played as the last card. So it looks like this was kind of a brick for Dakota. It looks like he was trying to dig for some kind of arcane spell, but he pitched an Etched Arcana earlier, so maybe it might have been better for him to go ahead and hold on to that. Oh no, here we go. Here's a Mind Warp. So yeah, so Eclectic Magnetism does allow you to play a non-attack action card on this Chain Link as if it were an instant. And so we do see Mind Warp coming out now for 7, which is going to reshuffle Hayden's hand, and then the Eclectic Magnetism block is not blocked, so 5 more damage there. And now a Savage Sash for Hayden. Did he get put into a Blood Rush? No, it's going to be a Pulping instead. And Blood Rush is discarded. Oh, man. That's rough. So it looks like he drew and then discarded a Blood Rush off the top, which means that Pulping now can be blocked by 2 non-equipment cards. And so I think if Dakota wants to save himself here, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and block. Not the turn that you want to see as Hayden, obviously. This could have been a pretty big turn, especially because you popped your Sash. But you do still force 2 cards out of hand from the Oscilio. All of his stuff is gone, so now it's just kind of fair Lightning aggro deck. And we're going to see a Sigil of Conductivity played. And that's it. So despite the fact that he was able to stuff the Pulping, really not able to send any kind of damage back, which means Hayden gets another chance at life. Still 9 health to work with here. Lost 1 Blood Rush. We have not seen another yet. 5-card hand. These are typically hard to convert for Oh God. These are hard to convert for Kayo, and it looks like he tried uh, to roll scabs to make something happen here, and instead he rolled a one. Ultimate brute life game here, discarding Blood Rush off of the pulping, rolling a one on scabs, really everything that you could think of going wrong for Hayden. So now a 5-card hand with an embodiment of lightning set up for Oscilio. And so Flittering Charge comes in with go again. I am really curious to see what this hand was to where Hayden felt it was necessary to roll scabs. Alright, so we see a Reckless Swing, discarding a Weakest Link. 2 damage is going to go through. Here's a Discharge, give it go again. Sorry, Somersault to give it go again, and bounce it back to hand as well too. So, at the very least, we know that Dakota can send another 4. And it looks like I got a little small raid from Agroblaze. Thank you, Agroblaze, for sending people over here. For those who are tuning in from the other stream, this is our Louisiana Discord League. We are a bunch of players from Louisiana and all of our neighbors as well too. Playing in an online league just to give some people some stuff to do who are usually not able to make it out to every armory or make it out to other events. And just give the community more opportunities to play Flesh and Blood. So thanks for tuning in if y'all are sticking over here. This game's probably going to be over pretty quickly, but we are seeing signs of life from Hayden. He does discard a Beast Within off this Bear Fangs, which is going to deal him 1 more damage. Brings him down to 4 now. Does have the AB3, and this is actually a situation where I'm kind of eating my words from earlier about potentially Arcane Barrier not being as useful into Oscilio as just regular base equipment. Granted, I think that maybe if he had blocked with like a flesh bag or something on a different turn, that may have prevented a lot more damage for on the big pop-off turn for Oscilio. But that being said, right now it's actually very handy that he has AB3. So Discharge coming out. Now we're seeing a Volzar being played. Surely this cannot be a hand of all spells, and it does look like it's a hand of all spells. So this is going to be coming in for 5. AB3. Only 2 damage gets through. So this is still very risky for Hayden because of the fact that Consigned to Cosmos does exist. Oh my gosh. And he discards a Beast Within. Really living on the edge here. So Blood Rush Bellow, going to discard this Beast Within. Most likely Hayden's going to go to 1. There's a potential, okay, he does not go to 0 and die off of the Blood Rush. So we see a Clash of Might drawn. 1 resource floating. Going to send a Claw now. If there's a Shock available, it is not lethal yet because of the AB and 2 resources available. So double block from a current funnel here. We did see Dakota activate Oscilio earlier to discard a Sigil. And now we're going to see a Rawhide Rumble come in. This does intimidate a card from hand. Player 2 requests to undo the action. What happened here? Okay, so he was choosing which card to discard, and so he opted to discard a Clash of Might instead. I don't think it makes a huge difference. I think the other card was uh, also a red. And then good game comes out from Dakota. He passes and plays the high voltage. And then the card in Arsenal is not something that can kill him. And somehow, somehow, from the clutches of death, Hayden was able to get this game. So congratulations to Hayden for taking this one. What a roller coaster of a game. We thought that he was dead when he rolled a 1 on Scabs. We thought that he was dead whenever he discarded Blood Rush off of Pulping. But Brute Life really does giveth and taketh. You see the ups and downs of playing Brute, and you also see the ups and downs of playing Oscilio too, where sometimes you just don't find the cards that you need to deal the damage that you want to deal. You have a lot of no blocks in this deck, and you have a lot of cards that you really need to kind of come together to synergize to give you those big giant turns. And when you're staring down the barrel of a deck with Blood Rush and something that prevents constant damage like Kayo does, it can be really difficult sometimes to string that together. And so, good stuff to Hayden, and I think that's it for stream game for Pod 4. So again, thank you to Aggro Blaze for raiding the stream. I don't have a stream like a schedule or anything for this, but I'm sort of just streaming games as I'm available and as other people are available to play. Again, this is the Louisiana Discord League. We are playing games over Talishar to help people who are not able to make it out to our normal armories, and also just to give people more chances to play. So thank you guys for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you